You know that absolute gut-wrenching feeling? You just drop $600 on a brand new driver, you step onto the first tee, take a swing, and immediately realize you bought the completely wrong club for your game. It happens all the time, guys. Everyday golfers fall headfirst into what I call the speed equals distance marketing trap. You hear the word lightweight, you assume you're going to swing it faster, and you think that automatically guarantees you 20 extra yards. But what if that lighter club actually completely ruins your timing? Well, let's dive into it.
Welcome back to Golf Gear Showdown. I'm Mike, the resident data guy here with Jape, and today we're running a deep dive explainer, golf gear head-to-head so you everyday American golfers can actually make smarter buying decisions. Now I want you to picture this. You're standing right there in the golf shop. Both of these Ping drivers are sitting on the rack. They look incredibly similar, right? But you've got to pick one, and honestly, you're paralyzed by choice. Do you grab the lightweight G430 HL, or do you go with the standard G430 Max? Today, we are breaking down exactly who each of these is actually built for.
All right, let's go straight to the scorecard for the tail of the tape. Today's explainer is going to cover the matchup setup, distance and forgiveness, accuracy and control, feel and value, and finally, the final verdict to find your perfect fit.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the matchup setup.
So, this right here is exactly where golfers get so confused. I mean, these clubs share the exact same G430 family name, so guys just naturally assume one is maybe a newer or slightly tweaked version of the other. But that is absolutely not the case. We really have to cut through the marketing hype here.
Exactly, Jake.
From an engineering standpoint, the fundamental design intent is black and white. The G430 HL, well, that stands for high launch. It is a lightweight, speed-focused build engineered specifically to help slower swingers create speed and get the ball up in the air. The G430 Max, that's your standard, stability-focused setup. A lot of golfers trust the Max for all-around forgiveness. Choosing the wrong one here can cost you big time. A driver that's too heavy kills your speed, sure, but a driver that's too light for your tempo, that will start to feel loose and wildly inconsistent. Okay, moving right along into Section 2, distance and forgiveness. It's speed versus stability.
Let's start with round 1, which is distance. When evaluating the metrics and speed potential, I'm giving the win to the HL, but listen closely, strictly for the player it was designed for. Since it uses a lighter overall build and lighter shaft options, it absolutely helps slower swingers move the club faster. I'm gonna have to step in and counter that, Mike. Let's look at a real scenario. My buddy Dave is a 15 handicap, right? Swings pretty hard. He actually bought a lightweight driver thinking he'd just bomb it past all of us, but his timing got completely wrecked. For a player who already has decent speed, the standard Max is actually the longer club. Why? Because it feels more planted, more stable, and it's so much easier to time. You can swing out of your shoes with a lighter club all day, but more club head speed literally only helps if you can actually find the center of the face.
Which perfectly illustrates my absolute golden rule for gear. Lightweight does not automatically mean longer for everybody. Seriously, more speed is completely useless if you're hitting it off the toe and straight into the trees. And honestly, that takes us directly into round 2, forgiveness. Both of these definitely share that classic, incredibly forgiving Ping DNA. But I am officially awarding this round to the standard G430 Max. For the everyday golfer, forgiveness is really about how stable the entire club feels during the swing over a full 18 holes. Whether you miss high, low, out on the toe, or the heel, the Max just has this planted, stable feel that consistently keeps your mishits in play.
Okay, fair enough. I'll concede the Max has the broader forgiveness profile. But before you decide which one you're buying, who actually keeps it in play when it counts? Because round 3 is the one most golfers completely overlook, and it might honestly be the most important round in this entire showdown.
Let's get into Section 3, accuracy and control, keeping it in the short grass.
Let's step away from the indoor simulator bays for a second and talk about real course scenarios. We're talking tight fairways, your actual shot dispersion, and what happens when the pressure is on the back nine.
Well, the design of the G430 Max is incredibly reassuring when you set it down at address. The key metric difference golfers will notice here is control through the swing. The Max just gives a much more predictable feel from takeaway all the way to impact, and that translates directly to tighter dispersion.
Exactly. I mean, I know so many mid-handicappers who get a little quick from the top during their transition, especially under pressure. If you do that with the lighter HL, the clubhead just gets lost and you will spray it everywhere. The lighter build actually exaggerates those timing issues, so for keeping the ball out of the woods and actually in play for a real golfer, round 3 definitively goes to the G430 Max.
Now let's shift gears to Section 4, feel and value. the confidence factor, and the price tag. This round covers the psychological confidence you get just from holding the club. For round 4, which is feel, I'm declaring a flat-out tie. It really just comes down to what you personally need out there. If swinging a standard driver feels like work to you by the 14th hole, the HL feels incredibly easy to move and gives you confidence before you even start your takeaway. But for a lot of guys, the standard max provides that confidence-inspiring, stable thud at impact. It's way too subjective to call, so it's a dead heat.
Fair point on feel, but let's look at the data for round 5, price and value. 85 miles per hour. That is your golden rule right there. If your swing speed is hovering under that 85 mile per hour mark, the HL is absolutely the smart money, because you genuinely need that specialized speed and launch help. However, for the vast majority of players out there, the Max is the undeniable value winner, and here is your smart shopper move for the day. Because the Max fits a much wider lane of golfers, it has vastly superior resale value and flexibility on the certified pre-owned market. It is just an easier asset to trade in later on.
All right, we've broken down the tech, the feel, and the value. Now here is the part where we tell you exactly who should buy each one, and we are not going to give you any wishy-washy, it depends kind of answers.
Let's bring it all home with Section 5, the final verdict, choosing your winner.
This is the ultimate showdown payoff to make absolutely sure you spend your hard-earned money right. Welcome to round 6. Let's rapid-fire assign the absolute winners. Complete beginners? The winner is the G430 Max. It's just a safer bet and much less likely to be a mismatch as your swing naturally improves over time. Mid-handicappers? G430 Max again? Unless you have a very slow swing, you really want that built-in stability. Slower swing speeds under 85 miles per hour? That goes to the G430 HL. This is the exact golfer it was specifically engineered for. And finally, golfers purely chasing maximum forgiveness? Yep, you guessed it, the G430 Max.
But listen, before you run straight to the golf shop, I really want to outline the biggest buying traps we see everyday golfers fall into. First, do not assume lightweight equals distance. Second, do not ignore your shaft fit and the overall club build. And please, whatever you do, do not forget your real tempo. Don't buy the HL just because it sounds incredibly easy to swing, and don't buy the Max just because everybody says it's the standard. You have to buy the one that matches your actual swing dynamics.
Exactly. So the crucial takeaway from this whole showdown is that neither club is objectively worse. They are just built for entirely different speeds and entirely different tempos. Now, we want to hear from you guys. Jump into the comments right now and tell us your handicap, your typical miss off the tee, and whether you are bagging the HL or the Max this weekend. Thanks for hanging out with us for this explainer. Make sure you hit subscribe for more head-to-head gear battles, and we'll see you next time.